Morning, girls and boys. It's a chilly Wednesday today, but an awesome Wednesday. As we're getting a bit cold, we're going to think about the sunshine and we're going to paint a wonderful seascape. So we're going to have a piece of paper that we're going to, I've taken the A4 piece that I folded double and I've glued it together so that it's thicker so the water paint doesn't go through. And then so that is what I've painted this one on, and I'm going to show you how to paint your own. So you're going to, there's my piece of paper already. What I have got here is my paints, and remember, we wet them beforehand to activate all the colors and to get it nice and soft. I've got my paintbrush and water next to me here. What I do need to do is I need to take my pencil and I need to draw a line 3/4 of the way up. So if we have to divide our paper into 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm just going to draw a very light line straight across, as straight as I can, because that's the horizon where the sea will be, and the sea is straight on the horizon. And at the bottom here, I'm going to draw a wavy pattern because that's going to be my rocks. And from here, I'm going to make a big wavy pattern because that is where my sea water is coming into the sand. Okay, so that's all we need to do. A light line there, a light line for our rocks, and a wavy line, which will be our sea. Right, girls and boys, we're going to take our brush with lots of water on. We're going to put it in the lighter blue. And we're going to draw just across the top where we want the clouds. We're going to bring it across. Nice strokes across. There we go. That's going to be our sky. I might have put too much water on here, which is fine. I'm going to use it, and if not, I just dab it with a tissue after. So now I'm not making it smooth. I'm doing little darker ones over. So the light ones at the bottom will look like clouds, see? But this line I want to try and go as straight as possible. There we go. So that is as easy as that, girls and boys. We're going to go back when it's dry. When we work on water paint, this part must dry before we paint over it again. Now for our sea, I'm going to take the darker blue. On the one side, I'm going to take a little bit of purple on the other, and I'm going to go over my sea. On the edges here, can you see I'm waving my brush? Because that other part will be sand. Okay, so this part, we're going to go over our paper, wet my brush, get some more blue, get some more purple, and off we go. Straight across there. If you look at the sea, when you're at the sea, you'll see, and if you see pictures of the sea, that the watercolors are all different as the light shines. Looks a little purple and a little turquoise and even a little bit of green. So there we go. We put a little bit of green in here and there. That's it. So this piece we have left because that's the sand. Now these two need to dry. So we clean our brush again, and I'm going to this very light color here. This looks like sand, a sandy color. Try and put a lot of it as I can on my brush. I'm going next to the rocks and onto the sand, and this is where I can go a little bit up into the water because the water washes onto the sand. So then I go over. So we definitely need some more of that. Where the water touches the sand, you can go over darker because wet sand is darker than light sand. So we go over that one a little bit darker. There we go. Now again, that needs to dry. So we want to do our rocks. So we have a little bit of black. This is where our rocks are going to be. So we're just going to do that in black now. We're going to make the shapes as soon as this black that we've put on here now dries. Then we will do that. So what we're going to do now, girls and boys, we're going to clean our brush. We're going to take some yellow. Now we're going back to the top. Put quite a bit on. There we go. Now we're going back to the top. So through these clouds here is the sunshine coming. And there it's coming on the water. Can you see what I'm doing with my brush? I'm not going down. I'm making sideways strokes. Very lightly. I'm bringing it through. So you can see the sun is shining on the water. So over there we can put a bit of yellow. And there to show the sun's actually reflecting on the water. There we go. It's as simple as that. Now I need to dry my brush a bit. Now I'm going to take the white. I'm going to try and load as much as I can on my brush. And where I've left the white clouds, I'm going to dab it there. So you can see the clouds a little bit better. You see there? They're standing out a little bit. And there's our clouds. And then I'm going to clean that again. And with a very little bit of blue on the end, I'm just going to dab it underneath the clouds. So that our clouds, you can see that's where our clouds are. Just underneath. There we go. Right, so we're going to dry it again. And we're going to go back to our white. And on top here, we're going to put a little bit of white in places. So it looks like little waves on the sea. Can you see this? I've got very little water on the brush because I want you to see where I'm putting the white. If I hold it close, can you see there? There it makes little waves onto the water there. There we go. Can you see how it's taking place? There's our sun. Got the formation of our clouds. And the little bits in the water is sunshine and waves. Now we're going to our rock. We're going to take our darker brown. And what we're going to do, we're going to say that is a rock there. And we're going to paint it. And we're going to take some more brown. And we're going to say that's a rock there. So we're just making shapes next to each other, not all in one, so that the rocks all look different. So it looks like they're all piled on each other. See? That will be a rock there. And there's a little rock there. There's one coming down there. There's a big one going into the sand. So by doing them one at a time next to each other, it looks like we've got a pile of rocks. Right, I'm going to go back in my sandy color. I'm going to put more on the edge here. So you can see that's where the water is coming into the sand. Then I'm going to take my black. On the side of my brush, I took the black and I'm just going to make a little mark there. And there. And that is going to be my boat. But unfortunately, it looks a bit smudgy because I think I've put too much water on my brush. It will dry and then we'll fix it. And if we go up, that will be our sail. So clean your brush, make sure you get most of the water off it. I'm going to take some red. I'm going to make a little triangle. And that'll be the sail of my little fisherman's boat. He's out here fishing. So there's his sail. There we go. And again, if I get most of the water off, and I take my black, I'm going to do a little line there, and a little line down for his fishing pole to be in the water. There we go. And we'll make a little dot up here. And that'll be our man sitting on the boat, where he is fishing. Okay. the bottom, I'm going to take some orange. Again, just on the side. And we make a little starfish. There we go. Get the water off. I'm going to make a little shell maybe, that it looks like shells and pebbles with a little bit of pink on the sand. And there's our beach. There's our sea. And everything else you want to add to it, you can if you want to. You'll see on this one that I didn't do it. I just left it like this. There's our sun. I've put more white across the top and the edge. The little boat. There's the rocks and the water. And most of all, don't forget to sign it. Have lots of confidence in yourself and have lots of fun, because I know that you can do this. Have an awesome, awesome Wednesday.